Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 5 of this best of 5 between Draxwere and TitanCrusade. In the top left, excuse me, our purple Zerg, it is Draxwere.
And in the bottom right hand corner, playing with the red Protoss probes, is TitanCrusade.
Now we do have an early probe coming out again from our Protoss player. You think he's going to be going for that proxy gateway build again?
I mean, he has said he's not very happy with the macro, so we could see another rush here, just to try and push out this fifth game. I mean, he's completely avoided that.
The gateway comes down.
You see that pylon.
He cut pro production. This is the same build that he did last time so far. We'll have to see if he does go into that triple gateway again.
I mean, we've got no drone scout going across the map, however, this Overlord is heading down to the third.
Catch it. With the gateway's in this position, I think it's definitely going to see it. Good scout by our Zerg player.
Spawning ball going down now, and he does see those two gateways with that.
Catches everything. Overlord. Excellent. He pulls all the drones to attempt to get a cancel on this. Maybe he's just going to be focusing the pylon?
He's going to hook round and just catch that probe.
We'll have to see what happens. I don't know if I like this loss of mining time from our Zerg player.
No, I mean, I'd
He's
probably
not going to be able to
to
produce any links. He can only make one set of them.
No, I mean, I probably wouldn't have done this. I'd have probably stayed on the minerals and gone for those quick links.
He is getting the pylons. He's going to be able to shut this down. Now he just needs to get that probe. Oh, and he gets a surround on the probe. He will be able to cancel that pylon and be able to defeat this aggression.
I just hope he sends these drones back to mining now. Just maybe leaves Overlord to spot the new probes. He does.
Excellent. Yeah. Good. So I think in this position, our Protoss player is definitely quite a bit behind. It's 450 minerals just down the drain, plus these 200 minerals on the Zealots that aren't going to be able to be produced. What do you think the Zerg player's reaction is going to be? Is he just going to go for some aggression, or is he just going to take the advantage that he has from those 650 wasted minerals?
I mean, having seen these two play this series so far, I think he'll just macro this out.
Makes sense. We do have our Protoss player going with a hyper-defensive strategy, which makes sense. You don't want to risk dying after being that far behind in the early game.
Obviously, we do see the full wall off here now as well, so...
And a couple shield batteries.
The only way Titan's going to get out of here is with the robot. Get that warp prism and just drop a probe down into the low ground.
Or potentially an Oracle. To just go and target the mineral line. But we'll have to see what happens. We do have an Overlord from our Protoss, of our Zerg player, onto the links. I mean, onto the gateways, excuse me. So he is going to be able to scout if those get powered up again. Zerg player also knows that there's a full wall off down here, so I think you're right. Making drones, getting the evolution chamber is going to go into upgrades. Do you may see some dropper lord play? Maybe.
I mean, something I'd really like to see this match, obviously with that full wall off and those forces just gathering in the base would be a Nidus. Just a very quick Nidus. All the queens, all the links, just dropping straight to the main.
Fortunately, there's no overlords on the map, except for this one that's about to get picked off by that stalker. It looks like we're going to be going into a fairly standard game, except our Protoss player is only on one base. Maybe he's going to be trying to put some aggression on. One gateway and one robo are on the way. These 3 shield batteries are really going to stop any kind of Ling-based aggression that comes
in. We've got the robo down now, but...
That's a lot of links.
With that full wall off, he's gonna need a Twilight Council. He can't be relying on robo units because there'll just be no way to get them across the map.
And there is the Twilight Council.
Yeah, we do see the Twilight Council.
And there is no longer Okay. A bit of indecision here from our Protoss player, but looks like he's going to be going for more units versus some tech. Oh, and we do have the Dropper Lords.
Observer moving out now. I mean, an Immortal behind this? No, very defensive. How do you win the game from here? I'd really like to see a Warp Prism.
I think the Protoss player needs to be able to put the aggression onto our Zerg player. But these Dropper Lords, once they get loaded up with these Lings, that's going to be a lot of damage. Especially because there's only shield batteries on this front line. There's nothing defending the back line.
I mean, hopefully the Observer will spot these in time, and then we'll just see those Stalkers move up to that ridge. Warp Prism is on the way now. Still no Twilight Council from the Protoss player.
Our Protoss player does see all those Dropper Lords, so we'll have to see what happens.
I mean, instantly you can see the Stalkers going down here now in defence. But Dropper Lords still not moving out to the map.
Warp Prism is good looking to be moved out. Put some aggression onto the Zerg.
I mean, obviously TitanCrusade here now with his own drop, these Stalkers. But again, neither player actually moving out with the drops. What do you make of this, asphyxa?
I think this Warp Prism is definitely going to be able to get some work done, but I really think it's a missed decision by our Zerg player to just leave these Dropper Lords here. The longer you wait, the more time our Protoss player is going to have to defend against it. Even if he didn't have detection, just more time is more units, and that's going to make it harder. Oh, but we have a lot of Overlords looking to potentially mess up the target fire on those Stalkers. And he's going into the back. Alright, so we'll have to see when our Zerg player decides to move out with this.
Do you see that Warp Prism coming in now to the main on the right hand side? Do you think you could get a cancel on this upgrade here?
I think he may be looking for it. He might also just be going for these drones to really try and shut down this economic advantage that our Zerg has.
Oh, and those links coming in. Excellent pickup there on the Warp Prism.
Good hot pickups here. We're going to get surrounded, but it looks like we're going to have some pretty good micro from our Protoss player, so he's not going to lose anything. Just get the shields taken off of those Stalkers.
Hope those Queens being pulled from the natural now to gun down this Warp Prism. Will he see it in time, or he does pull away? I wonder if this is that cheater vision again from the AI game we watched earlier. Oh no, he does have that observer there, yeah. So he did see those coming.
Do you think it's time for the Protoss to start expanding? Yep. Speak of the devil.
Literally, I don't know how you called that, but that pylon does go down to allow for the expand.
Fortunately, he does supply block himself by snapping that pylon.
Yeah, but our Zerg player hasn't really done much else from there. Just built masses and masses of lings. No third expansion. No real tech up. I mean, we do have the roaches now, but
Our Zerg player's floating tons of minerals. I'd love to see a couple bases come down, maybe a macro hatch, and start kind of spending this money.
The Protoss does lose that Warp Prism there.
The Stalkers will get cleaned up by the roaches. Our Zerg player still has a healthy worker lead due to being on 2 bases versus our 1 base Protoss. It looks like our Protoss doesn't want to really expand, just going to be producing more units off this 1 base economy and really take the aggression to our Zerg player. So, you think, in a straight-up fight, do you think our Zerg player would win?
I mean, he's got far more units, but
Here comes the pros. Those Immortals can do a lot of damage in the backline if the Zerg player isn't focusing the deck.
There's a lot more of a gas army here. He does move out with everything.
We do have a Nidus network coming down, so potentially there may be some counterattack once the Zerg player starts fighting this Protoss army. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's any vision of the Protoss player's base by our Zerg player, so it'll be a little tougher to do that.
I was going to say, but since that Overlord went down, there's been no scouting at all from the Zerg player.
Luckily, Zerg is going to be able to scout this, and he does see a probe with that army, so maybe he knows what's coming. The Queens do get pulled out of the Nidus. Here we go.
Oh, no Zeniths just getting stuck there behind the
man, that's really unfortunate. You really need those to go out and kind of take some damage. Oh, using the minerals to get those drones out. Really, really good micro from our Zerg player. Transfuses on those roaches. Oh, this is not looking good for Titan.
No, Irving is pushing back in again. I mean, pull back, guys.
It's not looking good for Titan.
Right.
GG is called, and Drax takes game number 5 to win this best of 5 show match between Draxwere and TitanCrusade.